Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. Let's dive into some of the biggest rumors and potential trades swirling around the NFL right now, especially concerning the New York Giants. And trust me, if these rumors turn out to be true, we could be witnessing a seismic shift in the NFC East, and that's putting it lightly. One of the most talked about possibilities is the idea of the Cincinnati Bengals, who have struggled mightily this season with a Fort Wells record, making some bold moves to rebuild their roster. And at the center of this speculation is none other than Ja'Marr Chase, one of the most electrifying young wide receivers in the league. Sources are suggesting that the Bengals, in a full-blown rebuild mode, might be trading Chase to the Giants in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2027 draft and a third-round pick in 2026. This kind of deal would be a major shakeup, but it makes a lot of sense for Cincinnati. They're clearly prioritizing cap space. By trading Chase, they'd free up around $27 million and focusing on rebuilding their offensive line and defense, especially their pass rush, which has been decimated this year with 51 sacks allowed. The Bengals are also looking to free up cap space to extend key players on their defensive line and rebuild for the future, and moving on from Chase could be the first step in that direction. Now, let's talk about Chase himself. The guy is a game changer. Since entering the league, he's been a meteoric offensive force, tearing defenses apart with his speed, YAC ability, and knack for creating mismatches. Chase has accumulated 410 receptions for over 0 yards and 50 touchdowns so far in his career. That's an average of about 90 yards per game, and his PFF grade has been consistently high, sitting comfortably at 92.1. In 2025, he posted some eye-popping numbers: 112 receptions, 550 yards, and 13 touchdowns with 150 targets. His YAC, yards after catch, totals 600 yards, and he averages about 2.8 yards per route run, which is outstanding. His EPA per target hovers around 0.36, showing his efficiency. And he's been remarkably durable, without any significant injuries, surpassing his already impressive 2024 stats of 300 yards. Chase's game is reminiscent of a young Odell Beckham Jr. In his prime, deep threat ability, contested catches, and explosive plays that can turn a game on its head. His deep success rate has increased by over 20%, and he's converting nearly 58% of contested catches. His run-blocking grade is around 80, which is pretty solid for a receiver of his caliber. Imagine the kind of upgrade this would be for the Giants' already struggling aerial attack. Right now, the Giants are averaging just over 205 passing yards per game, which is pretty anemic for a team with playoff aspirations. Adding Chase would immediately give our passing game a huge boost, pushing us well past 200 yards in total receiving, with a projected plus 14% increase in EPA per pass attempt. That would open up opportunities not just for the wideouts, but also for a guy like Neighbors, who's been showing flashes of potential with an average of plus 0.9 yards per separation. Comparing Chase to the current Giants WR core, it's night and day. Chase's yards per route run are about plus 2.5 yards higher than our other receivers, creating natural mismatches against defensive backs, and the impact on the scoreboard could be significant. We're talking about plus 11 more touchdowns, which would be a game-changer in close contests. Plus, his ability to stretch the field would complement the Giants' run game, which has already seen a plus 14% efficiency boost this season, helping us become a top 11 offense, something reminiscent of the Giants' offensive explosion in 2011 when they shocked everyone en route to a Super Bowl victory. The idea of adding Chase to our lineup is exciting, because it could be the boost we need to make that final leap into the postseason and beyond. Now, looking at the big picture, if this trade happens, it could massively improve our Super Bowl odds. Currently sitting at around plus 5,000 in the betting markets, a move like this would see those odds drop to approximately plus 2,200, a jump of about 56%. It's similar to what the Kansas City Chiefs experienced after trading for or developing a star receiver like Tyreek Hill. It can completely transform your offense and make you a serious contender. Chase's yards after catch ability and playoff experience. He's shown he can produce in high-pressure moments, make him a perfect X-factor for the Giants. His effectiveness against press coverage could improve by about plus 16%, and his YAC in the playoffs could be devastating for defenses unprepared for his explosiveness. Let's not forget, Chase is not just a deep threat. His route running, contested catches, and ability to gain yards after contact make him a versatile and dangerous weapon. His presence would force defenses to respect the deep ball, creating more space for our other receivers and tight ends, and allowing Daniel Jones to operate with more confidence. The Giants have been searching for that game-breaking receiver for years, and Chase could be that missing piece, a true catalyst for our offense. With him in the fold, the team's offensive production could skyrocket, pushing us closer to the level of the best offenses in the league. But of course, there are skeptics. Cincinnati is desperate to get back to relevance after a disappointing season, and giving up Chase might seem like a step back in the short term. They're betting on the future and trying to rebuild a roster that's been decimated by injuries and poor play. They're looking at the big picture, focusing on cap flexibility, draft picks, and addressing their biggest weaknesses, most notably the offensive line, which has allowed 51 sacks so far this year. That's a clear sign that protecting Joe Burrow and building a solid foundation for the future are their priorities. Cincinnati might also be wary of the fact that Chase, despite his talent, is only 24 and still has his best years ahead of him. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off if they hit on their draft picks and free agents. Meanwhile, for the Giants, this could be a franchise-defining move. Adding a player like Chase wouldn't just boost our offense. It would send a message to the rest of the league that we're serious about contending. Our offensive line is still a work in progress, but with a dynamic receiver like Chase, we could mask some of those issues and focus on developing our young quarterback, Daniel Jones, even further. The chemistry between Jones and Chase could be electric. Think of the big plays, the momentum shifts, the crowd's energy. Chase's presence would also help open up the field for Saquon Barkley in the run game, giving us more balance and making us less predictable. In the broader context, this kind of move could reshape the NFC East hierarchy. The Eagles and Cowboys are both formidable, but if the Giants add Chase, it could tilt the scales in our favor. It would make us a more complete team and give us a real shot at knocking off the best defenses in the league. The NFC has been wide open this season, and with the right moves, the Giants could be front and center come playoff time, challenging for the title after years of rebuilding and tough seasons. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet, and these are just rumors at this stage. But as Giants fans, we know how quickly things can change in the NFL. A bold trade like this could be exactly what we need to take that next step, to finally bring a championship back to the Big Apple. Chase's potential impact on our offense, our playoff chances, and our franchise trajectory is enormous. It's a move that could define the next era of Giants football, one where we're not just contenders but genuine Super Bowl favorites. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal, and now Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Chase would be the perfect piece to finally elevate our offense and push us over the top? Or are you skeptical about giving up so much draft capital for a player who's still so young and unproven in terms of team success? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the future of the Giants. We love hearing your takes because we're all in this together, dreaming of that Super Bowl trophy once again. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis, so stay tuned for all the latest Giants news. We're on the rise and big things are happening. Let's keep the passion alive and keep believing, because the Giants are heading back to the top.